So just to go and deliver that message. And on that message, there's one in the Topkapi Museum in Turkey. I have seen it with my own eyes. It begins, Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim, in the name of Allah, most gracious, most merciful. First ayah of the Quran. It begins with the first ayah of the Quran. It says, from Muhammad Rasulullah to Heraclius, the emperor at Constantinople, accept Islam and be benefited. Then another ayah from the Quran, قُلْ يَا أَهْلَ الْكِتَابِ تَعَالَوْا إِلَىٰ كَلِمَةٍ سَوَاءٍ بَيْنَنَا وَبَيْنَكُمْ أَنْ لَا نَعْبُدَ إِلَّا اللَّهَ وَلَا نُشْرِكَ بِهِ شَيْئًا وَلَا يَتَّخِذَ بَعْضُنَا بَعْضًا أَرْبَابًا مِّن دُونِ اللَّهِ فَإِن تَوَلَّوْا فَقُولُوا اشْهَدُوا بِأَنَّا مُسْلِمُونَ. Then he ends in his own words and his seal. 5 letters went out like that. Allah's kalam, He is giving it to the non-Muslim. Those people had no taharat whatsoever. They didn't wash the backsides. You know that? Our Nabi didn't say, look, you go and ask the fellow. He said, look, did you have a bath? He said, no, go, no, ghusl and come. No. He said, look, go and give it all respect. This is what our Nabi did. So, if you're giving the Quran, if you are in trouble, you are in good company. If Allah will choke you up, you'll have to choke up His Nabi as well. Because He set as an example, this is what He did. So this purity, La yamassuhu illa al-mutahharun, he's on a different level. And you ask the alim, there are alims, they tell you, no, you can't give. Because it's Arabic script. That makes it holy. Alright? You can give a translation. The same fellow will tell you, you can give translation. I say, alright? There are 10 million Coptic Christians in Egypt. Egyptian Christians who speak Arabic as the mother tongue. They are the original people of Egypt. These are converts to Islam. All the Egyptian Muslim, 40 million are converts from Coptic Christianity. You didn't know that? Before Islam reached Egypt, what were they? They were Coptic Christians, all. So the majority of them became Muslim, and those that remained behind, today there are 10 million Coptic Christians in Egypt. I'm asking this Sheikh, this alim, ask him, what translation will you give him? Afrikaans? Chinese? What translation? Come on, tell me now. They are Arabs, man. What translation? He said, no, I can't give you Arabic. I must give you Zulu. Does it make sense to you? Lunacy, man, lunacy. Now tell me, I said, look, here, 10 million there. In the Lebanon, there are Arab Christians. There are 15 million Arab Christians in the world. Tell me, what translation will you give them? What translation? Tell me. You, if our Nabi was there, say, no, we can't give him this Arabic Quran, we must have it, somebody translate it in Chinese, and then give it to him. Is that what he will do? Huh? Look, what did he do? He wrote letters in Arabic to people who couldn't read Arabic, because he couldn't help it. If he knew Greek, he would have written the first letter in Greek. To the Ethiopian, he would send in Ethiopian language. To the Yemen, he would send the Yemenese language. No. What they knew Arabic, they wrote it in Arabic, and they sent somebody, hoping somebody will translate it for them. That's what he did. The Arabic Quran, verses he sent out, what is good for my Nabi is good enough for me. He set me an example. So if I'm in trouble, I'm in good company. You are also in good company. Yes, my brother.
Yes, you always authenticate against your character, your face, your work. I think everybody knows that you take into your until now. The reason why God is a priest, I don't need anybody to tell about it. Then we have a community, a group of people who bring into the stock and throw all the food on the shelf, in the fridges, it stands allowed on the floor. They are all against this allowed food that the Muslims must eat. They don't want to sign allowed in their socks anymore. What are you going to say to the people, other people? They are not going to eat, and I actually go to the shop, there's no sign it's allowed. If you want to know the same from the color to the visit of people.
Yes, I think in short, your question is that since there is a controversy at the moment, some Dutch Reformed churches, they have taken it up as an issue. in the Transvaal and other places, and as you say now here, that if there's a halal label on, which satisfies us, I said, look man, then we can buy without having to give a second thought. If the price is right, if the thing that we want is there, we buy it because it's halal. Now they don't want that halal, they want to throw it out. Now how do we respond to that type of thing? Now that to me is the MJC, Muslim Judicial Council, and the Islamic Council of South Africa. These are the brains. They must supply the answers. If these Christians want to talk to me, so I'm prepared to talk to them. So come man, talk. Where is getting stuck, this halal getting stuck in your throat? Come, talk to me. I can talk to them. But how we are going to solve this problem? I said, look, our leaders, they must tell us what to do. So start slaughtering your own chickens. You know, we have lost the art of slaughtering chickens. I'm sure if I've asked you people in the last 12 months, how many of you slaughtered one chicken? And there won't be one fellow. Right? We have lost that. That militance has gone out. Your wife has never done it. Your mother has never done it in her life. Look, we have to train our people also to do their own slaughtering. However, look, that's all philosophizing. The thing is, there are real people who can give you a lead. To me, I look up to them. Like in the Natal and the Transvaal. In Natal, my Jamiyat Ulama, at one time they told me that rainbow chicken is halal. I accepted that. I was buying it. Then something happened. They said, we don't give any more halal certificate. So, I don't buy any more rainbow chickens. I trust them. Because I know my alims, you can't buy them. You can't bribe them. They can make mistakes. They can make wrong decisions, but you can't buy them. So if my alim, I have trust in them. There are so many other things I fight and argue and debate, like the Quran issue. I'll argue and debate with them. But halal and haram, no arguments. He tells me rainbow chicken halal, I said, right. He said, but you know, how can you slaughter so many 100,000 in so many hours? How can you do 10 a minute? Or 20 a minute? I said, look, please, don't burden me. The burden is on the heads of our alims. Yes, brother. Yes, you know, I delivered a whole lecture on that. The gist of it was the psychology of propagation, that you speak to a people, anybody, according to the background and experience. If you're a fisherman, you're going to catch fish. You know, what type of fish are you catching? You know, there is a shad, there is 74, there is this, that, you know, different fish. Different type of fish, they take different type of baits. If you're a fisherman, you know. So, that's a psychology. You're using psychology with the fish. Similar psychology you use with human beings. What background? The Hindu, well, you have to talk to him according to his background and experience. The Christian, according to his background and experience. The Jew, according to his background and experience. And Allah is giving it to us in the Holy Quran. He says, anybody comes along with any type of claim, you simple, basic thing, tell him, Kul hatu burhanakum. Your proof. Once you get his proof, you know how to deal with it. This is the psychology I was trying to explain. The tape will be available, inshallah, shortly, because it took more than an hour to expound that. Yes, brother.
I'd like to ask you, how do you like to oppose the statement stating that Islam unjust towards the female folk, especially restricting it in the community?
Especially in the?
Restricting them in the community.
Restricting them in the community. No, I do agree with that criticism. We Muslims, to me, we are the most unjust people to our women folk. Look, now I'm going to raise the hornet's nest. I can't help it. You see, here I have to take a stand that we have been unjust to our